What?
89. You're about to hit 100.
Yeah, we've been doing this for like 7 years, though.
Yeah.
I'm in the same
That
boat.
makes it
I've
even
got
bigger
like
deal.
over 100 episodes on my personal podcast, but we've been active for like 10 years, so it's kind of a bad sign.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a post real quick.
Yeah, it's live, right? Yep, you're good. You're
Oh,
good there.
shit.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this. Let's see. Let's do the post. Everybody's listening to me now because yeah. All right. If anyone's on, you let me know because yeah.
Shout out, guys.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I have our YouTube page up, but then it's sometimes I don't because it's kind of distracting. I'm not that good at kind of staying in the moment in our conversations and then reading comments.
Mhm.
Yeah, same. I have trouble reading in general,
Read. All right. Well,
and talking.
All right.
If I ever have to use a teleprompter, I'm screwed.
I'm gonna get a drink real quick, and then
It's like your head just explodes on camera. Instantly.
Dude,
Or just start-
remember?
Huh?
Do you remember that woman who blew her brains out on the news?
When would that
It's a
happen?
local network. It was back in the 70s.
Holy shit! No, I never.
So
heard
when I
about
say
that.
you remember, that means you probably weren't alive because
None of us were. Well, maybe
In the
Chris.
70s, no, me neither. Chris was.
Yeah, he might be. He's the oldest of us.
He's
I
our
always
father
say, do
figure.
you remember from like 1890?
Hey, do you
Remember the
remember
Civil War?
when they landed on Plymouth Rock? None of us do.
Plymouth Rock landed on us, man.
Again.
Yeah, again. All right. Right now. Remember that song? Right now.
You talking about Van Halen?
Van Halen, yeah. Remember, was it a Pepsi commercial as well?
Sounds like, yeah, that's kind of what I was visualizing with some, mega product.
Hey,
Yeah.
when you stepped off screen to get yourself a highball, Chris, Haley asked us, and we got to pose you the same question. Do you remember of a newscaster back in the 70s that committed suicide on air?
No. No.
Oh, they made a movie about her. Like
Really?
an independent film. Yeah, it's dark. It's dark. I thought it was gonna be a comedy.
Really?
I
guess.
Could be.
It's like, move over, Death to Smoochie. Here's a movie about a chick that.
I thought it was by the same people who made Anchorman.
There was a guy. There was like a local. You know how your local newscaster guy kind of becomes like a celebrity, and then becomes like, then it's like back in the 70s. It's like then they get found out pretty quickly have no scientific knowledge at all.
Yeah.
So then they become like a kind of like a what's going on around town guy. There was a guy in Baltimore called, his name was Marty Bass, and he's kind of a goofy looking guy, and then he got caught picking up a hooker downtown.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was it. That's pretty much the story. It's not that great, but back then it was like, oh yeah. No, I'm drawing a blank for like, I know there are a lot of jokes. Like it was before memes, of course, but like Marty Bass, like he did a lot of like plays on his own name.
Back to Bass up.
Being Bass and Fish and all that stuff. I don't know. But yeah,
we
Marty
always
Bass,
had like these famous pastors that were caught like filming women taking showers in their houses and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to make sure they're behaving themselves. You know what I mean?
You gotta.
God's always watching.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, he's busy somewhere else.
All right, guys, we're posts are done.
He's got, he needs like, Kenneth Copeland to be checking the video
Oh, shoot.
of the shower. Make sure you're showering properly.
According to Kenneth Copeland, COVID is over. It's done.
According
COVID?
Kenneth Copeland, he eradicated what is it called? COVID like a year ago.
Omicron. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
was something about fucking Omicron killed. I was listening to that Morning Wire, like the 15-minute news thing they do every morning.
Uh-huh.
And there was, it seems pretty reputable. But they had like some specialists on there saying like there's one person in the entire world, like as of this morning, one person had died from the Omicron virus.
Well, yeah, exactly.
The variant, the Omicron variant. It's like,
yeah,
we shouldn't even know what the fuck it is. You know, like we should not, Omicron should not be in our vocabulary still. Like that's
the only reason why I remember that word is because of Futurama, when one of the aliens would come down. He's like, we're from Omicron, Persei 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's the only reason why I know that fucking word.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So the Simpsons didn't discover Omicron this time around?
Nope.
Oh, what were they saying on ACS about? It's the what's the proper pronunciation? Omicron?
Omicron or Omicron?
I don't know. I heard
it's
it.
one of those.
Those are literally like within the last 24 hours. I heard
situations.
Yeah.
All right,
you guys ready?
We're ready.
All right.
Let's see. I think so. Yeah.
All right.
And I can do at the end of the show. I can do some social media, but we're down. We're ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Good evening, Endless Ranters. Welcome back for episode 89 of your Endless Ranters podcast. Thank you for watching, listening, subscribing, and all of that. We truly appreciate the support. My name is Chris, and I am but one of your Endless Ranters hosts for this evening. I'm joined by the one and only Robbie Spotlight. What up, Robbie?
What up, everybody?
What up? And then there's the man with the plan. It's producer Manny. What's going down, Mo man?
What is up? TGIF, everybody.
No kidding. It's a special TGIF episode. And to mark that occasion, we've got a very special guest joining us again for a little while tonight. It's Haley. Welcome back.
What's up, bros?
Hello. Yeah, I don't know what
what up, bro? Safina?
Like sis sounds weird. Like what's
That's
up?
Good. I like that one.
Bro S.
Yeah.
Broette.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us again.
Dude, thank you for having me.
Sure thing.
Pumped.
We got a fun evening lined up. We're gonna get into Haley's story and her background and how she wound up in the Corollaverse and sitting with us tonight here. Then this is our last podcast, I think, before Christmas arrives. And so we're going to talk about Christmas songs, our favorite Christmas songs, maybe play a few.
And I should have worn my Christmas sweater if I had known.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, you could go get it. There's time if you needed to.
Right. I'll be right back.
Yeah, unless it's at the storage unit somewhere. Yeah.
Well, we got to mention that. So Haley's got a hard out because you got to go work tonight, right? Where are you going? What do you got to do?
I do. Yeah. So I am going to the Brea Improv. Pete Lee, I don't know if you guys heard of him, but he is doing a show there and I need to go film it. Yeah.
All right. That's awesome.
That's my typical nights.
Haley's got a hard out. I've got a hard on for this episode. So we got to get this started because, she's got to work. She's got to work, girl, working for the weekend.
That's right.
Nice.
I work
okay.
every day.
Well, that's a good starter.
Because go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
See what I do, Chris, is I wait until you speak and then I interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's called podcasting.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah. That's what I bring to the table.
It's my favorite part of the show. When before Jane left us to go off on her own project, she was having major internet problems. I mean, it was like that was really painful. we'd be like 30 seconds down the road in a conversation and she'd be jumping in.
Yeah, she had to make friends with the cable guy or something,
that's right. Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna get into Haley's story. We're gonna get some Christmas songs. Then we're gonna like Robbie said, Haley's got a heart out tonight. She's busy, doing up the town and then
making people laugh. That's what.
That's right. Yeah, she's busy entertaining the world. And then after she goes, we'll do a little session of a little round of what you've been watching, something like that. So yeah. So Haley, thanks again.
Dude,
Thanks
thank
again.
you.
Dude, thank you.
No, dude, thank you.
No. I said no, let's not take it there. I can escalate. I can escalate because this past football season I was teaching my son how to work himself up into a blind rage from nowhere. You know what I mean? Just like go from Pop-Tart, in the car to blind rage, want to destroy other 10-year-olds, you know what I mean? In the span of like a 15-minute drive, So, I've done this exercise before. But so you're zooming into us from LA.
I am, yeah.
From Hollywood. Let's just say Hollywood. You're from Hollywood.
From Hollywood, okay.
Hollywood Haley. Well, I think we're about, Rob gave us a rundown of all your endeavors. I think Hollywood Haley might be a good Endless Ranters nickname for you.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
I'll let you go.
I said maybe.
We'll see. Am I worthy of it?
I got no problem taking these things back.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So again, you said you were videoing, you're filming a comedy show tonight for Pete Lee.
I am. So I basically go to every show every night and just take pictures and film comedians, and it's fucking amazing.
I'm so jealous.
Oh no, it's great. It's like you never get a break, but it's an incredible job.
Okay, so it seems like never ending, but you can get into all these places, and you're
it's phenomenal.
Nice.
It's incredible.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this is not just for Pete Lee. This is a certain venue, or is this just a hobby? You just show up places. You just show up places and start filming people.
Without people asking.
Yeah. Show up.
Don't mind me, just your local voyeur.
Yeah. It's like, hello, Kroger cashier. I'm here to set up.
Can you get paid to be a voyeur?
Can I set up my tripod over here by,
What if I just started like marketing myself to my neighbors?
I mean, if you put a badge on and you have a hat turned around backwards and you put a badge on and like a serious looking, you spend like $50 on a nice camera bag,
just
probably get in a lot of places. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, so yeah, it's my job. I go to either the Irvine or Brea Improv every night, except for like the beginning of the week. We have like usually Mondays and Tuesdays off, but every other night I go into the club, do some marketing, some social posts, some filming, some taking pictures, and then I get to sit there and just watch the show for the rest of the night.
That's sweet.
So I'm like, it's dope. It's dope. I'm done after like 10 minutes.
I was gonna say you just like do all your poses in like the first 10 minutes, take all the pictures, and just hang out and get hammered the rest of the night.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah.
And then like you eat and drink for free, so it's like as long as I get buzzed but not drunk, and then once I head out, grab a White Claw. End of night.
Do you tip your waitress?
You know what? Like, you don't have to. I do because I know them, and it's awkward if you don't. It's like, have you ever worked in a restaurant and then go eat at that restaurant?
Yeah. Well, so what's funny is a few years back for my friend's wedding in Lake Tahoe, California. Well, Nevada. It was my first time there. I went to a casino, and I'm not really a casino guy, so I'm playing the slots. And so I'm just chatting with my ace-hole friends, and then I'm like, "Hey guys, this waitress keeps on bringing me drinks." I'm like, "These are free drinks. Like, what's going on with this place?" And then I'm like, "Oh, awesome, cool." And then our former guest and friend Cindy Reza, she's like, "Rob, you should tip them, right?" I'm like, "I thought they were like free." So, but next time they came, I gave her like the triple the amount.
Don't play in traffic.
Yeah,
buy low, sell high, those kinds of things.
I thought it was like, free. Oh, okay. But also if you're in a casino, you should probably like tip them, right? Because they're not going there just to give you, you should. Yeah, I guess so.
To be honest,
there's not really a mechanism other than just slower service. There's not really a mechanism that makes you, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've been in a casino a few times, but I've never been served anything there before. Is it the way I look, or am I in the wrong place?
I don't know. Don't you casinos? You see a lot of older people, with a bucket. You don't have a bucket, right? A bucket of coins. No.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, no. Okay. So they pass you over. And they're like, no.
Did you have a hat with two Pabst Blue ribbons on the sides with the straws?
A beer helmet.
Oh my gosh, dude. That has been a lifelong dream, is to own a beer helmet.
Yeah.
That's the greatest invention ever.
Or a White Claw helmet.
That's for the person who wants to major in being lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like just, you can't even like tilt it up. It's got to be gravity fed to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like above. Yeah.
Now, people can do that with nachos in some way.
Like a nacho ramp.
We're on to the park. Yeah.
It would have to be like a Hot Wheels thing that you get for kids that goes down and it just like,
like a ramp.
That goes into your face.
It kind of reminds me of a Simpsons episode where Homer goes to a football game with, I think, Gerald Ford, and he has a nacho. Oh no, with Flanders, and he has a fucking some giant sombrero that's made of chips, and he's just eating, and the top of it is just a nacho dipping sauce.
Oh, like
eats his own hat.
Yeah, it's like a bread bowl, soup in a bread bowl with nachos, but Mexican style.
Yeah. By the way, if they made a fucking soup Red Bull hat, that'd be the worst catastrophe ever.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Oh, yeah.
I'm down with the soup in a bread bowl. I enjoy that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh
yeah, I'll fuck with that for sure. Yeah. And something else too is, okay, where are you guys with, like, let's say you're building a gingerbread house.
Okay.
Are you going to eat some of it?
Nah.
Oh, that depends how desperate, that depends. Are we talking about like poor, like Chris in his 20s, like, hey, it's fucking, it's like December 28th and there's not a lot around here. I'm a little hungry.
And I'm pretty fucking stoned. Yeah, if I'm really high, then maybe.
All the Skittles and all that shit's gone by then, but or it's like, you're going to throw like, 4,800 calories worth of gingerbread and candy in the trash, because like, got like a cupboard full of shit now. So it's like,
there's two phases of this. You don't want to waste it. So that's one phase, right? Yeah. And then the other phase is you're really high. It's 12 a.m. You can't order Postmates. You can't drive anywhere. And this is all you have at your house.
Yeah. 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 Like you might have to dunk it in something. You know what I mean?
Oh,
that's like load-bearing gingerbread. Load-bearing gingerbread walls. Now that I think about it, I haven't thought about it, but I'm surprised that gingerbread houses have made it. You know what I mean? Because it is so wasteful.
Chris talking about load-bearing. He's like Ace in the house right now.
I know. I was inspired. Yeah, a little Ace inspired today. Well, Haley's here. She's she's in the Curl-averse.
Yeah, she is.
So. What are we talking about again? Yeah, so load-bearing gingerbread walls.
Yeah.
I'm surprised because it is so wasteful. You know what I mean? And then I don't know. I have conflicting feelings about it because at one point it's so amazing because if you just scroll through YouTube or Facebook Watch, they're just all these like crazy, ridiculous like food things where people are like, oh, man makes a 40-foot hoagie or just stupid stuff that's just so wasteful.
Because that hoagie's gonna be soggy.
Just so wasteful, like just kind of stupid shit. Like there's a lot of kids YouTube videos where they just like waste food, like it's just like as a prank, because it's funny. Like I don't know, like we must not be that hungry, like. There really must not be that like hunger in America because we do this stuff all the time. It's so wasteful.
It's all that food insecurity.
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah. We're not hungry. They're just food insecurity.
Just like unsure if I should eat this or not.
I don't know where our next bucket of nachos is going to come from. Like where are tomorrow's nachos coming from, mommy?
Yep.
Something about, gingerbread. I could eat the gingerbread, but let me tell you, I don't know if you guys have put together a gingerbread house recently, but the icing that they use to keep it together, I swear it's glue. I swear it's just straight up glue.
Yeah,
I've seen. It's so hard.
Yeah. I've never put together a gingerbread house, to be honest. I've had many of them appear in my home over the years. Like kids go to their grandparents' clubs or whatever for Christmas, and then they build like these, gingerbread house. They're all deluxe, but I don't know what they use to keep them together. I think they might even I never go to those, so I think they might actually have them pre-made, maybe, and they just decorate them.
So
but none of that shit ever gets eaten. It's so much food too. Like, I'm gonna start a charity. Rob, help me out.
Yeah.
Gingerbread houses for the homeless.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It
works in both ways. It's symbolic because you're getting them a home. You know what I mean? Give them a house.
I'm in San Francisco, so I
give them
plenty
food,
here.
Dessert.
Yeah.
Give them food and a
down.
house. You know what I mean? It's like,
give them jack-o'-lanterns too.
Yeah. Throw pumpkins at them. If you're saying throw pumpkins from speeding cars, you go by their encampments, then
go
yes.
for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
like actually throw them. That's what, yeah. Okay.
Roll, throw. Yeah.
Toss, throw. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. So Chris, you have kids. Did you have to go to any like Christmas plays or programs or concerts or anything like that?
My son had a Christmas choir concert last week. Yeah, last week. It lasted all of about 9 minutes.
What?
You know what I mean? Yeah, my ex-wife was coming and she was late.
His part or overall?
No, the whole thing. It was really short.
Okay.
Which, I appreciated, but it was like, wow, that was a hell of a buildup. I felt bad. My ex-wife was running late and I was just like, don't worry about it. Cause it's like, if you're 10 minutes late to this thing, it's a concert, right?
Yeah.
10 minutes late means like people are already leaving when like everybody's already half gone, cause the concert's over. So she missed it, but no, it was nice though,
So she missed it, huh?
Yeah, she missed it, but there's gonna be a lot more of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Figure that out. Like a lot more of these things.
If you've seen one, you've seen all of them.
Yeah, it is fun though, because like some of the kids, like mainly the girls. There's always one boy that gets real into it. Like real, like
always.
Like got hand motions and like looks real happy, real happy. My son's like in the middle where it's like he's singing, but he's not barely moving his mouth. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't want to look like he's trying too hard. He's in that phase. But yeah, it was over quick. Took the kids to get pictures with Santa. Did that. But I love that. I mean, because nowadays it's by appointment.
Oh, really?
Show up. You're not waiting for very long. And because it's appointment, it's like at a shopping center. We don't go to the mall. That's insane.
Is his
nowadays.
Beard also a mask?
Oh, this year they switched out classic red, white, and black buckle Santa for Christmas Chronicles Santa. Know what I'm talking about? If you have Netflix, you've probably seen the Christmas Chronicles with what's his name? Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell.
Oh yeah, Kurt Russell. Yeah.
You've probably seen the thumbnail for Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
It's been out a few years, but that's how the Santa was this year I thought it was okay. My ex was kind of like annoyed about it because it's different. Because we went, we did go on a run there for many years where we were going to this, like the big mall around here with my son, where it was the same Santa every year. So that was kind of, I don't know, if you could choose.
By the way,
like 6 years of Santa photos with your kid, like the same Santa is kind of an interesting thing versus like clearly a totally different man every year. Yeah.
I can't wait for the Escape from the North Pole Christmas Chronicles installment with Kurt Russell. That's going to be the shit.
Is that really coming up?
I hope so.
I'll tell you what I can't wait for, and I'm not convinced it's real, is the Nicolas Cage. Like whatever. I don't know. It's like being Nicolas Cage.
Oh, it's real. I
hope that makes him $1 billion. I don't know if it's possible.
I hope so too.
But I hope I hope it just pays off all his IRS bills.
I'm rooting for him. Yeah.
And then puts him way in the black again to where he can,
I want to see a Face Off Part 2.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. Where like his kids take their faces off, like his kids switch faces and
yeah. Yeah,
That movie gave
I'm
me so many
excited.
nightmares. Let me tell you something about Santa, though. I prefer for my Santa to be black.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's because Santa is black, motherfuckers.
What did your dad do to you, Haley?
What I would say is there would be a long line of moms for this Santa. Like, can I sit on his lap? Santa, you sound excited.
Yeah, Mandingo is Santa this year.
Mandingo Santa.
Hey, this year at Mall of America, sales been a little slow. Foot traffic's been down.
It's like I'm.
Foot
we're
long
in a
traffic,
progressive state, but I have never seen a Black Santa movie.
No,
You've never seen Bad Santa? Oh no, never mind. That's not a bad. That's his helper was the black dude.
Yeah.
The only people that want a black Santa are white people, though.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think black people understand.
So
like next thing you know, you're gonna fucking like David Spade, like adopting Kwanzaa. Like you don't want that. Turnabout, fair play.
I remember Haley once saying on Lady Lackeys that white men were not funny. What's up with that, Haley? They are funny. Mark Norman's one of my favorites.
Oh, is this why? Because she thinks Black Santa's gonna like be hilarious.
Yeah, probably. She wants a Steve Harvey Black Santa. I think that's what she wants. With the mustache.
Would be,
let me tell you,
he would be a great Santa. He would be the perfect Santa.
I love Steve Harvey. Yeah.
All he does is deadpan reactions to all the kids' Christmas requests, their gifts. It's like, you want what now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you are so stupid, Jimmy.
I want a Santa who tells
as hard
it
as I'm
like
going to try. So yeah, I love Steve Harvey. It's weird because on our show, like we record and then the episodes come out, I don't know, like within a few days usually, but if it takes a little bit, but then like sometimes we'll cover the same news stories and sometimes we'll just start talking about something before it, and then like a few days later, Adam will start talking about it. I don't know what it is. I think it's because we all like most people like Adam Carolla fans, Ace Holes, whatever, all kind of like are in the same like social media groupings. Like we kind of like the same things. So like we're just also seeing the same shit too. Like seeing the same news articles and seeing the same, like crazy news articles.
Like the same Pornhub search.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Big boobed news girls. Yeah.
Don't forget about those ogre fucking videos.
Yeah.
Snaggletooth porn.
Yes, bald sound guys, XXX. Yeah. That'd be my search.
Oh man, is there like a fetish for bald guys on Pornhub?
Oh, have you seen that one
there
porn
has
actor?
To be, right?
He plays like an astronaut. He plays a doctor. He plays a teacher. He plays his stepdad. Forget his name. I'm sure people in the comments can probably let me know.
He's at school forever.
Who? You're talking about a porn actor?
There's a white guy. He's bald. Come on, I'm going to go through.
Well, every porn actor has a ton of range. Like all kinds of professions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I need people joining me live. Mindy, Spring, let me know what's that guy's name, or Backhand Bruin. What's that guy's name? I don't find him right now, but
we know you guys watch porn.
Whoever is watching that is the most into porn.
Yeah,
raise your hand right now.
We know Mindy is. Yeah, we got you, girl.
Yeah, or go find out. Set a timer for like 8 minutes. Go find out now. Then set a timer for 8 minutes and let us know in 8 minutes. So it's
exactly. Yeah,
to make us think you just got around to it. So we'll see. All right. So Haley, so you got a sweet gig there. You get to film, you get to take pictures, like you have like serious equipment and all that kind of stuff, like big cameras. Are you bringing in all that kind of stuff? Yeah,
I do, but like it's the problem with like using my big camera is that the shutter makes so much sound. So they're like, just bring your iPhone. They got me a new iPhone. So I'm like, oh, dope.
Sweet.
So it feels like I'm not even working. Yeah.
Okay. I do remember.
I'm not even working. It's awesome.
We went to the Adam Carolla family barbecue. It was by Carolla Drinks, right? And you had the professional camera. You were taking pictures for the social media. So yeah.
I once went to a family wedding, and the photographer was a family member, and she had that. Yeah, she had that She also had like whatever setting, like every picture she was taking was putting like a 1/2-inch orange circle on the bride. You know what I mean?
Well, like a lens flare or something?
I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know. You know, like, cause you know, it's like, who knows what the hell that shit is? I'm sure it can be turned. I'm sure like that's not ideal. You know, it's because it doesn't show up in the picture, but everybody that's there is just like, oh, there's that orange dot. Here comes the flash. Like
weird.
it's kind of distracting.
Oh yeah. I hate that. There's like, there's this one time that I used my actual camera during a show, and this was a long time ago. This was at Second City, I think. And the comedian that we had there lost it. Like he was so upset by the shutter sound. And then I was like, okay, I'm never using my camera in a comedy club ever again.
Well, I don't know if even like if you're not doing like a sporting event, or from far away, it's like, I don't know, a fucking iPhone camera's pretty good. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You tell the difference now, like just, you know, you could apply one filter to it or something, and it's like that could just, you know, be easily be a professional picture.
Exactly. Like my phone camera is so much easier to deal with focus and everything else. It kind of makes me pissed off that I bought an actual professional camera 5 years ago.
You could always just sell it and not feel so pissed off.
I guess
I had a sweet deal. My sister was really into photography, so she would come to my kids' sports, like soccer games, and like with her, you know, $1,000 camera, she'd be like, so I'd have these like sweet action photos that made my son,
lens.
made my son look like Diego Maradona, like, you know, like mid stride, like
I love sporting photography.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess I could go do
during the day. You go. So you love. So it's a great job because then you take photos for 10 minutes and then you're done, and you get to just watch all these the all stars of comedy in these clubs, and then you get into that yourself.
Yeah. So I do a lot of like improv comedy.
Okay.
But now that I am doing marketing for the improv, I don't have the days that I have to go into a comedy club are the exact same nights that I would be able to perform at a comedy club.
Sure.
So it's trying to figure out what I can do to do both. I mean, my boss said if there's a comedian that wants you to open, you can do that. And I was like, that's great. But I don't know. Stand up is so difficult for me. It's so nerve-wracking. I'd rather be on stage with other people. So I'm like, if I fail, I can look to this other person.
We all fail together.
We can either all fail together and we share in the embarrassment, or we can help each other out. Whereas if I'm just up there by myself and I look like an idiot, I'm up there by myself and I look like an idiot.
I always thought the opposite. You know, I always thought the opposite myself. Yeah.
Who comes up with the improv troupe name?
Oh my gosh. The person that everyone hates on the improv troupe.
Oh, is that a thing? Because that's one of my fears. Like, what if the group's like, you know, like they all like, I get that, you know, it's unanimous except for me that it should be called like the what the fuck, I don't know, you know, the M&Ms, you know, like I don't know, you know, something ridiculous, and then it just, you know, it just bothers you forever. I don't know.
There is one,
or I don't want to let the group down, or I don't know.
Yeah, you want it to be good. You want it to be funny. There's one improv troupe called Anal Six, and I'm dying to know who came up with that.
Yeah. Anal Zits?
Anal Six. There's 6 of them. So it's Anal Six instead of like anal sex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I dig it.
Ours is stupid. Ours is just Excelsior. I pitched the name Even Stranger Things because Stranger Things was big at the time.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that was good. I think.
Thank you, Chris.
So you should. Not that I want to cause any disharmony in your group, in your troupe, but you know, you should be kind of like reverse pissed off.
Thank you.
Like they didn't pick yours. Like, you know, I'm not saying you should let that fester, but
you should let it fester.
You should, you know, don't fix it. You know what I mean? I think you should ignore that. You know, that
just work it up in my mind and get angry.
ignore it. Think about it like when you're like, drunk, like drunk and like not feeling great. Think about like why is it Excelsior and why is it not even Stranger Things? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What the fuck is funny about Excelsior?
It's not funny. It's more of a, what I think of is Stan Lee from Marvel Comics. That was his like catchphrase, Excelsior.
Actually, you know
was
what?
It's a funny catchphrase. I mean, it's a funny catchphrase in the right time. Yeah.
Isn't that like mean like I found it or something like that?
I think it's just like, like saying fantastic.
In what language?
Like, oh, never mind. I think I'm thinking
great.
Eureka.
Oh, yeah.
It's an exclamation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, Haley's got to get ready for, you guys are eventually one of these days, the Lady Lackeys, you, Jennifer, and producer Emmy, you guys are going to do a live show. And
I want to.
Yeah. And I want to put myself in the
like at a venue, you mean? Right. At a bar, at like a bar or club or something
like a bar
that?
club, like an event.
On the
really
streets.
Fun,
yeah. But you know what? I want to, I didn't consult with my boys, Chris and Moman here, but I want to be like the openers for you guys.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so
of course
we can open for you guys.
That's the future of entertainment, is like a live podcast, an opening live podcast.
Exactly.
And you got like a featured live podcast. Then you got your headliner live podcast out there. It's like,
well, for sure.
I don't understand why people don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like we have headliners for comedians and concerts and everything. So, well, not headliners. I'm sorry, openers. So why not do it with podcasts?
Openers for that's true.
Yeah, exactly. And look, Chris can be funny. You've done stand up.
Thanks, man.
No, like on stage.
That's a great endorsement.
And like Rob, good hair days. He can.
No, I'm saying like on stage, you can prepare.
Get a good haircut.
No, you've done. I've seen his stand up. He's a funny guy.
You're like the only person because I fucking lost the tape.
Yeah, I can't find it. He said it was super grainy, but I literally, I'm a friend, but also I laugh. Like I give credit where credit is due, so I'll laugh. Yeah.
Chris, you know who you remind me of? Sorry.
Who?
This is what I do, guys. I interrupt. This is what I bring to the table.
No, yeah, please do.
You remind me of Steve Byrne, and I mean that in the best way.
Oh yeah, he's half Korean. I love that guy. He's half Korean. I think he's half Korean. Like half Korean, half
not
Irish.
For like
yeah.
Not because of that, but because like you guys kind of have the same vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Oh, I appreciate that. I like him a lot. Saw him live actually. Had a dear friend come to town a couple years back, and we went and saw Steve Byrne at the Addison Improv, the famous.
Yeah.
In the Adam Carolla universe, the famous Addison Improv.
Oh, yeah.
He was he was incredible. He was really like, I'd seen his, I think he had a TV show for a little bit. I'd seen some stand up. Yeah. He had been on Adam Carolla before. I think he was on Adam Carolla in the time they were talking about how Kim Jong-un, like the law in North Korea that he doesn't shit or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. But he was hilarious. His crowd work. Like, and then it just made me think of that. You guys have you guys did a promo, I think, post for Ian Bagg, I think, because Ian Bagg was the same. Like Ian Bagg would do like an hour of crowd work, and it's just like you start thinking like, did he have these people planted in the audience? Because this seems rehearsed because it's just nonstop. Yeah. Like he's just.
I think the Lady Lackeys posted a stand-up video of him picking on an old couple, right? And it was so funny. And of course, the good thing is that they took it, lightly. They laughed about it.
Well, it's so funny because it is original. I mean, I think they have a lot of go-to material. You know what I mean? For like tall guy, short guy, weird odd couple. Whatever. Like guy with cowboy hat. Guy in trench coat, like just they have a lot of material to like make fun of people about, but like it's hilarious because it's really fresh and it like they strike a line between like they're having a go at these people, like, and everybody knows like there's, like these fucking, he's making fun of these crazy people, like they deserve to be made fun of, but doesn't cross the line into mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's just hilarious. So yeah.
Now I have seen an opener tell someone, and this was recently. This is right after the thing happened, and the school shooting happened in Detroit or in Michigan. The opener told the guy in the front that he looked like a school shooter, and he laughed.
Oh yeah.
Did
the guy in the front laughed?
No, he left.
Oh, he left.
He left.
He
Okay.
left.
Wow.
Yeah.
He left laughing. No, I'm just kidding. He left.
Dude, I might have said this before, but I went to go see Patrice O'Neill when Ali Wong was hosting, maybe, I don't know, 12 years ago. And he was picking on this group of white women, a group of like 4 or 5 white women. But I feel so bad for them, because especially if you're going to see a black comedian, someone like Patrice O'Neill, he's going to pick on you.
That makes me nervous. Yeah.
Fortunately for them, he passed away. So, good for them.
I don't want to be a target. Over the summer, Manny and Jane and I went and saw that the Supernova Club. I still get like Eventbrite like notifications about it. I
still get those emails all the time.
Like I'm not there anymore. I don't need,
you could,
but we were right up front. Chris. We were right up front. It's fucking daylight still. It's like broad daylight still.
No.
Like it's not, people are still filing in, and then you got like someone up there, and then like, Adam Ray comes out, because he came out like a surprise really early in the show, like amateur Adam Ray. And then he starts like asking somebody about, like their jacket. And I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't want his attention.
Just look normal. If you're going to go to one of these, events, look like a normal person. Just look boring, because you don't want them to pick on you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. The guy, I don't know, man. You remember like the guy had like a plaid sweater. I don't know.
I don't know why either. This was like still during the summer. There was no need for him to be wearing that shit.
He had something on that was
maybe he was from Seattle.
Yeah. And then he's like, where'd you get it? It's like Banana Republic or something. Like, oh man. Anyway.
Dude, Banana Republic's like the whitest store. It's like Banana Republic's for white men. And then what is it? Ann Taylor Loft for white women.
Oh, well, Talbot's is like,
oh God, Talbot's. No,
like
okay.
Almost see-through compared to well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, Chico's.
I have this theory that for every white American woman, when she turns 50, the government just gives her a gift card to Chico's.
I once got my sister a gift card to Chico's.
And she loved it, didn't she?
Yeah, I knew she shopped there.
Yeah.
Thoughtful.
I get my mom a Chico's gift card every single year, and I'm the favorite child.
I like to do things like I don't do it anymore because they don't like me.
That's a very low bar.
They don't really care. They don't really care for me anymore, so I don't play any of my practical jokes. But I used to like give them gift cards. I give her a gift card to Chico's, and I would write on there $5. You know what I mean? Like,
I have a friend that used to do that shit.
Like, yeah, you get a handkerchief at checkout. You can get like they might have Altoids at the they might have a Chico's lip balm. It's $7. You cover most of it. Yeah, just see the face. Just see the face of discomfort, when you look at that. Because they're like, it's probably not $5, but I have to say thank you, but maybe it is. And,
my brother always gives me like a $15 gift card to Barnes and Noble. And I'm just, it is great. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to buy for $15?
Really? Yeah. Plus it's like, yeah, well, I guess you just get coffee there. You know what I mean? You got to find one with a little cafe in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what are you going to do? Buy something to read? Come on.
Hey, if you still have those, I'll take them off your hand. I'll definitely buy some books.
That's true.
Yeah. They don't sell porn. They don't sell Playboys at Barnes and Noble.
He'll use that $15 gift card to buy like a $800 anime book that's like 4 feet deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the binding is 48 inches. It's got 8,000. Yeah, there you go. Close. It's close.
It's like the page.
Yeah, you need to
I think it's a magazine.
Yeah, you need to order special furniture to even look at it.
Yep.
Yeah, one of those coffee table books,
The The book itself is the coffee table.
Hey, so Haley's got a heart out in a few minutes. Haley, so we're gonna transition.
Favorite Christmas
Okay.
songs. Go.
Yeah, it's
Favorite
Chris. This is
Christmas
our
song?
Christmas episode this year, Christmas 2021. Haley, do you have a favorite
Nice.
Christmas song?
You know what? I think it's Baby It's Cold Outside.
Okay,
It's my favorite.
that's
Oh
right.
no.
That's wrong.
Robbie told it. Not really. Remember,
No.
Robbie, we told you this is
See,
an indicator.
That's
strong.
rapey. That's
No,
rapey, Haley.
it's not
That means she's
rapey
down.
because
She's down to get
Oh yeah,
down.
you're right. She's down.
I'm not.
So guys, even though I don't think she's interested, but guys, you just let her know, hey, you want to come in, and she's like, it's cold outside, and you're like, no, but it's it's cold. It's too cold for you. There's a warm bed right here. It's it's a full size bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, any woman that
It
likes
is a
that
full-size
song, the guy knows, like, okay, well, that means I can, like, we can, at the end of the night, I can try really hard for like 5 or 6 times, like baby, a lot of baby pleases.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
That she's just, she's just down to be convinced. So that's all.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just,
keep
we're just, Rob's just trying to be honest with you, Haley. These are all his thoughts.
That's right.
Well, the song was
Yeah.
originally written by Dean Martin and his wife, right? So,
Wife, mistress, I don't know.
I had no
How do you
idea.
think
I don't
she
know.
became his wife? Guys, remember.
Oh,
Remember, guys. If you want a wife, just kind of, push her a little bit, right? Don't believe me. Don't cancel me. Thank you.
Wait till the winter.
Yeah, exactly.
if you keep asking someone the same question over and over again, they'll
Mhm.
eventually cave,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
is consent.
Well, okay. So we know the truth. Why do you want people to think you like that song, Haley?
Me?
Yeah.
I never thought about why other
Mess-
people think I should like a song
The
before.
message. Well, okay.
Oh, why it's not. I think it's a classic. I love it. And
the back and
I think
forth,
that-
the back and forth, right? Like the male female. back and
Yeah, I
forth
love the
is nice,
duet of it. Yeah, it sounds nice. Lyrically, it's nice. I just wish that I hate that I think why I like it right now is it's a perfect representation of how we're canceling everything. You know what I'm
So,
saying? And
to
it's
you, like baby, it's cold outside is like an Antifa person smashing a Starbucks window. It's like it's a rebellion.
Yeah.
I like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. That's amazing in America.
yeah.
You're not even wrong. Like people probably are calling in more to request that song. So this is fucking
Yeah.
America. You're like,
Yeah,
I wanna hear this song.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, and this is going to sound like I don't know. I was going to get into like R. Kelly, but I'm going to leave that alone.
Well,
now.
look, R. Kelly and Baby.
The
It's
hell
Cold
you're going to leave it
Outside,
alone.
They
Yeah.
have a
Tell me
connection.
Ignition isn't a good song. Tell me Ignition is not a good song.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I don't
and
know. I don't know any of his songs, honestly.
Step in the
No, no,
name of love. Step it or what is it?
What's
I
his
don't
song,
want to
man?
hurt nobody, but there is something I must confess to ya. I don't see nothing wrong.
Bump and grind. That's what I was trying
with
to
a
think
little
about.
bump and grind.
That's what I was like trying, like,
As long as she says yes.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
R. Kelly and Baby It's Cold Outside, they have a little bit of connection because Baby It's Cold Outside is like winter, snowing. R. Kelly is like pea, so like yellow snow.
I wonder if R. Kelly grew up in a house where there was like only one bathroom and it was really far away. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
lived on the 3rd floor where the bathroom was in the basement. You know what I mean?
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, he had an outhouse for sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's to my point
He's
where
an
it's like
outhouse guy.
you
know
pee
what I'm saying?
inside and you pee on whatever. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
right.
just
Yeah,
lot more peeing around everybody.
Yeah.
Not so many
I
peeing
can tell
hangups
because I
as
had
a-
an
as-
outhouse.
An outhouse.
Oh, you did?
No, I didn't. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
My
well, Robbie
grandmother
said
did,
something. So
though.
Robbie said you were from the South. So it's like 50-50.
I think she grew up like right next to BB King, right?
I did, yeah, from the house that he grew up in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Oh.
it's still standing, but it's a poor shack now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to think about that because it's like if BB King grew up on like a palatial estate, it's like that's kind of
probably died in a palatial
different
estate.
feeling about him.
Yeah, it's like you're a liar. You know what I'm saying?
But then it's like if he grew up in like a shack, it's like, well, damn, where's Haley from? Or it's like, well, he just grew up in like a regular suburban neighborhood, just average upbringing, and it's like, well, that's
disappointing too.
Yeah.
And then who else? Oh, did you know Kid Rock? Did you know that his parents were rich?
No.
Kind of disappointing, right?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
And he's from Detroit. I thought he was from like 9 Mile or something.
No, he's from Michigan. I forget from where though.
Yeah, no,
he's from the Motor City. Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. White rapper. I guess you got Eminem. I mean, he's one, but like that's kind of a, it's kind of a luxury, for most white kids to rap. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Son's 10, like he wants to be a rapper. Like haven't quite squashed that dream yet.
No, dude,
but
you gotta go for it.
No, he's not capable
go for
at all.
it.
It's like there needs to be some kind of like
he needs to learn how to freestyle.
Well, there needs to be some like hint of talent. You know what I mean? Like rhyme, like, hey, put 2 words together that rhyme. No, okay. You're a few steps. You're a few steps away. You're a few steps away from starting this career.
Yeah.
It's like you can just enjoy the music. You don't have to like. But you're at that. Kids get at that age where it's like anything they like that's what they want to do. It's like
yeah. I get that.
But yeah, it's a luxury.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think Haley's got to go in a couple minutes. I don't know if you got maybe 2 minutes, Haley.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay,
I'm all chill.
I've got one of the things about Lady Lackeys is, I think they both like Taco Bell. So I got a little bit of Taco Bell trivia for her. Don't worry, I'm not going to keep you waiting, but I had a few questions. So let me know what you think, and let's see if you're actually hardcore. So in 1978, who purchased Taco Bell from the original owner, Glenn Bell? Who or what company? What company?
Ooh.
And I'll give you a hint. What drink is exclusive for Taco Bell?
I know the answer.
Yeah.
The Baja. Is it Mountain Dew?
Actually, close.
Mountain Dew?
Close. I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer. So I'm going to.
Okay, please.
Okay. I think it's the owners of Mountain Dew, which is Pepsi company.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
November 19, 2015, the original Taco Bell building in, I don't know if you know where the original was at, in Downey, California, was moved from there to where? Where are the headquarters right now? What city? It's pretty close to you.
Irvine.
She's got it. Okay, good. Couple more. Okay, the Chihuahua, the Taco Bell Chihuahua. What was the name of the Taco Bell Chihuahua?
Oh shit!
I think I may know this one too.
Oh man.
Okay, I didn't know.
Was it Taco?
Gidget or something like that?
No, but I will say
Taco.
a little bit of
Pedro.
Not Pedro.
Pepe.
A little side note. Back in the day when Taco Bell first started, they used to call their tacos tacos. Look it up, tacos. They used to call them tacos. I know, sucks. But the name of the original, the Taco Bell dog, the Chihuahua, was Gidget. Gidget. It was a female.
I thought somebody said that. Somebody said Gidget.
No.
Why Gidget?
Oh, was it Manny? So Gidget was euthanized after suffering a stroke. She was 15 years old. I know.
Well, that's a good run for like a little dog like that. I was about to say something derogatory.
And last question, what's your favorite item or meal from Taco Bell?
Oh wait, that ties into a question I wanted to ask too.
Okay.
If you were on death row, what would your last meal from Taco Bell be?
There we go.
Okay, so here's what the thing is, it's like they took so much off the Taco Bell menu during COVID. It's so freaking stupid.
During COVID? I was gonna say, like, does the Mexi Melt still exist?
Mm-mm.
Didn't they?
That was so good too.
Yeah. What about the Mexican? There was like a Mexican pizza. Was that a
Took that off too. That was so good. Yeah. if I were to go to Taco Bell today, here's what I would get. Right now, they have a grilled cheese burrito box. And it's a grilled cheese burrito. It's just a regular burrito, but they cook it like it's grilled cheese. So on the outside of it, it's like all this melted cheese, right? And then it also comes with a chicken chalupa and the Doritos Locos Taco. And then I get the chicken quesadilla on the side.
Okay. It's just so impressed. I'm so impressed. I'll, full disclosure, I don't think I've been to a Taco Bell in ages that I remember. It's possible, like on a business trip, I went through one, but there was a time where, I used to go to frequent a bar in a shopping center called Cheers, and then
not in Boston.
I'd hit No,
okay,
no, but it was like it had a feel like that, but not in a nice city. It was like in the middle of a suburban strip mall. But great bar. But and the Taco Bell, like on the way home every night at like 1 a.m, because it'd be the only place open, and you can get like an insane amount of food for like $7. Yeah.
A little disclaimer about me is I live pretty close to the Pacifica Taco Bell location, where it's considered one of the best locations of Taco Bell. It's basically beachside. But the bad thing about that is it's a little chilly in that area, depending on the time of the year. So I can drive there like tomorrow, and I'll be like 20 minutes away from that Taco Bell, one of the Cantina locations. It's pretty nice.
No way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on my bucket list to go to Cantina.
They don't really have
one in Huntington.
Huntington, right?
Yeah, I still haven't been though.
Well, here in Texas, they don't really have as many Taco Bells, or at least not where I am. They have a lot of other taco restaurant, like Taco Bell type place. Taco Bueno. Do you have those in California?
No.
Those are really big. Those are really big here. They have delicious items like the muchacha platter and like the whole lot of chalada platter, stuff like that. But kind of similar, like an insane amount of Mexican food for $8. That's really good and really fast.
Well, those fans
Taco Bell, like it's like a Whataburger type of thing for Texas versus In-N-Out, like that. You go to Taco Bueno instead of Taco Bell.
Taco Bueno. If anybody knows Tim Dillon, he was actually, I think he's in San Francisco right now. That's where I'm based out of. He posted a picture today from the taqueria that I grew up going to, which is Taqueria El Farolito. There are 2 locations on 24th and Mission Street, 24th Street. And he posted basically a quesadilla. He said the best quesadilla in the country. And I'm like, literally, I live about 5 blocks away. So I don't know.
Mighty bold
that was good.
Yeah,
that's good. But Taco Bell, though, they take it to another level, right? Because they just keep ramping up, like the same. Sure. They'll add something like Doritos Locos every now and then, but they just keep taking like the same basic 7 ingredients and just reshaping it and wrapping it in,
some fucking witchcraft right there.
Turkey gravy, whatever it is. And then they just make these commercials that get people fucking excited about it, like there must be some stats. They're like these Taco Bell commercials cannot be low energy. They I
think Christy Ball Bryan's wife, I think the company that she works for runs marketing for Taco Bell.
Oh, nice.
I may be wrong, so don't
maybe you can get some gift cards for the holidays.
I know. That's my goal. I have the Taco Bell membership, and I scan it every time I go to Taco Bell.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I heard about that. Yeah. That's awesome.
Mexi Melt was like my absolute favorite back in like when you're just like you're trying to prevent a hangover.
Yeah.
You're you're hungry, you're buzzed, and it's just like greasy, simple, just like a thin tortilla with just ground beef in its own grease, like wrapped inside. Oh man.
Yeah.
It's good.
Just the perfect hangover
I'm
food.
getting hungry.
I know.
Me too.
Haley, I don't know how much you probably got to go now, right? How's your time looking?
I have a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, name the rest of your top 10 Christmas songs, 2 through 10. Now go.
2 through 10.
Name John Krasinski's favorite Christmas song. You used to work for him, right?
I did, yeah. Let me think. I don't ever remember a time that I listened to Christmas music.
I have a question for you about that. Do you keep in touch with him or Miss Blunt?
I do, yeah. He when A Quiet Place 2 came out, I went to go see A Quiet Place, the first one.
Cool.
At the one of the first screenings. So that was cool. I got A Quiet Place 2. It was originally supposed to come out right before quarantine hit or during quarantine, and it didn't. But he sent, or his assistant sent us all links to watch it. So
awesome.
That was pretty dope. Yeah. I still keep in touch with him.
Well, you know what's cool about that is, look, we're here in life. Obviously, we want to pay our rent or pay our mortgage and feed our families and stuff like that, right? So obviously, I'm sure people want to be artistic and everything. But he made it his first movie. Awesome. It was good. I loved it. Then he made a second movie, which I'm like, oh, cool, sequel. Now I hear he's working on a third movie. Not only that, I believe they've signed on to do a Quiet Place video game, which there are similar things to that game, which I don't know if Moman, I know Chris plays video games, but I don't know.
It's called Last of Us.
Last of Us, or yes. Remember, Moman, do you remember this game called Manhunt, where there were these like kind of killers, these like psychotic guys. So if you made enough noise in that area, they would come and find you and stuff like that. But either way, I'm actually looking forward to A Quiet Place 3, and even the video game. Why not? If it's good quality stuff, dude, bring it on.
I don't understand why they're still having a problem with these aliens after they figured out how to fuck with their ears or whatever.
I agree. I agree.
Like,
yeah.
What? Come on.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
A little disappointed that there's a 2. Now I'm upset there's a 3. Yeah. I was out after the first one because it's like they know there are these aliens that are, that are attracted to sound, and they're letting their fucking 3-4-year-old just like, walk along the railroad tracks with this toy. Like, that's just so stupid.
That pissed me off too. Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's just,
it's sad.
Like, they could have made, that was bad.
My issue, okay, so here's my thing with movies is like, I was watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation last night.
That's great.
And I was just like, everything started pissing me off. Like, I don't know if you remember the part where he's in the attic and then he falls through and he lands, like his feet land on like the top bunk of a bunk bed. I'm like, why didn't he just crawl through the hole instead of staying in the attic? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
You have to, I was willing to suspend disbelief for Christmas Vacation. But yeah, I know what you mean. You can't think too much about that one.
Or like the fact the kids were sleeping in the same bed, but the grandparents were sleeping in bunk beds. Like, how did this 80-year-old man get on the top bunk? It's things like that I'm like,
one of those assisted chairs that lifts them up slowly with electronic ones.
Well, in that movie, it was like in the first scene where he jumps his station wagon, 200 yards into the Christmas tree stand. It's kind of a giveaway that they're going to be loose. They're going to play a little loose with physics, in this movie. But yeah, I love that movie though. I was like, that I use that to teach that in The Simpsons. I use to kind of teach my son what's funny. Like the whole, like my favorite scene. The favorite scene is like, when he's like, can I get you a refill in your eggnog? Can I get you something? And he's like, drive you out in the middle of nowhere and leave you for dead. Like that was like his list of suggestions for cousin. Oh man. Like that movie came out. I was in high school, I think, when that movie came out. So I've been saying that line for decades. Love that movie.
I swear I find something new. That's a great high movie. If you're going to smoke weed, that's the perfect high movie. I think my favorite part is like, I love when the grandmother just starts, when she's asked to say grace, she just starts saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah. That's packed. Like every couple minutes, there's just something like every part of every scene.
It's like packed, you can feel the beats waiting for each joke.
Yeah.
I like that part where what's it? It was Chevy Chase, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes to the department store, and that gorgeous woman's helping him.
Oh yeah.
And he's like,
I think she was a
it's kind of
swimsuit
nipply
model.
outside. Nippy, I mean.
Yep.
And then he's like, "Oh, we are looking for something for my wife. God rest her soul." Oh,
Yeah,
she's
he just
dead.
throws-
No. So, anyways,
that was great stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he quickly throws in there, like he in his brain, he's like, I better say she's dead.
and his son is watching him. He's right there,
Yeah.
like 2 feet away.
He's like, can't see the lines, can you, Russ? No. That's a great movie. My mom and I've been watching the movie for decades as well. Like that's like one of her favorite Christmas movies. So
that's awesome.
What's your favorite Christmas movie? Like, what do you guys think is the number one Christmas movie in your life?
Man, I think probably if I had to name one like real quick, I'd say Christmas Vacation, just because it's right in the name. But I'd have to think a little bit deeper for like if you want to get into like the whole Die Hard business and like
I'm all for. I'm not kidding you.
Movies like that.
I have a tradition with my mom and dad where we watch Die Hard every year for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I am one of those. Yes, it is a Christmas movie. Die Hard 1 happens during Christmas. Die Hard 2, I think it happens during the winter time. I'm all for it.
I think it was Thanksgiving for the second one.
Is it Thanksgiving? Oh, there we go. There we go. So I'm a Die Hard guy for sure. Part 1, obviously, and
I think I saw the first 3 Die Hards in the theaters.
In the theater?
I remember awesome, I saw Die Hard in the theater. That was like a big occasion.
Haley, have you seen Die Hard?
I have. I've only seen the first one though.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Die Hard and Top Gun and the next Top Gun to teach my son how to be an American. You know what I mean?
A real man.
They're gonna say how to be a man.
Right. Like here's what you do in that situation. It's probably not going to happen, but this is what you need to be prepared for.
Yep.
But that's a good thing about when your kid starts to get a little bit older. You know what I mean? Like you realize you could let them. They might be able to hear an F-bomb on TV and not become a serial killer.
Yeah.
You become careful with that fact, or when you realize that. So yeah.
When can you start like cursing in front of your kids? Because my parents never stopped.
I will curse like in anger, for effect.
You know what I mean? To get a point across.
Yeah, I'm not just like, hey, your fucking milk's ready.
Yeah.
Don't usually do that. Don't usually talk like that.
What about you, Haley?
But like if I get angry, like, these freaking kids, I mean, they got everything. Like you got to like step up your anger game to let them know you're serious. You know what I mean? Other than just, they think you're joking around and about to give another like video game or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to throw in an F-bomb.
You got to like, you got to let them know. You got to be mean. You got to be like, got to be a little extra mean, I think.
Okay.
To make up for the fact that they're living like better than kings lived, 100 years ago.
Your mom is religious, right, Haley? You've always said this, right?
She is, yeah.
But she swears.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
Christians swear.
My parents, they don't. I've never known them to swear at all. Period. Ever.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
my dad's a pastor, so I think he's set a good example. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so my mom's religious, as in like she doesn't miss a Wednesday, she doesn't miss a Sunday, but she's not going to come home and like read her Bible.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? But she's going to make people think that she is.
Okay. Got it.
She's crazy.
All right.
Does she have a Jesus is the reason for the season bumper sticker?
Yes, not bumper sticker, but it's all over her
magnetic.
house.
Magnetic thing.
Stupid like peace, home, love. She has all that type of shit everywhere.
Is she like
live, laugh, regret?
The prophets prophesied Donald Trump, that sort of thing.
Got it. Yeah, she's a huge Trump supporter. She loves Donald Trump. She loved him before he was president.
Okay. Hey, well, we love your mom. It's all good.
Well, I mean, like, a lot of people did. A lot of people fucking, tuned in to watch this guy like on TV and made him a celebrity. It's like, you can't really, I don't know. Yeah, you can't get mad at like he was a hugely popular, like a lot of people that hated Trump, like you made him a hugely popular figure. You know, anybody that like has, you know, spent a lot of time in reality TV the last 2 decades, like it's your fault. Like the Kardashians, Trumps, you know, like your fault. You know, like if you watched if in your younger years you were addicted to Paris Hilton, whatever show she had, and like you tuned in for Paris Hilton every episode.
My favorite show
like
was
you're the reason that the Kardashians exist, because they
One Night in Paris was my favorite Paris Hilton show.
Oh, that was her porn.
Her sex tape.
Yeah, One Night in Paris. Yeah.
Whatever happened to her? Speaking of, like, did she find a religion or something like that? Like, I don't see her out there.
She got married and everyone made a big deal about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then she just said that I think her family sent out her to boarding school, and then she got, you know, touched or something, you know.
Oh yeah, she tried. Okay, yeah. Well, that was almost
Someone
like
needs to make a documentary about that.
Yeah,
well, that's like playbook now, like for celebrity, like if you're out of the spotlight for 10, you know, like 5 years or so, it's like, you know, it's time to relive some trauma.
Oh, for sure. It reminds me of that episode of
let's roll some trauma out.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where that what's his name? He's sad because his teacher didn't diddle him when he was a kid. Yeah.
I really need I need to watch. I need to catch up on Sunny.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I know. I think there's like a whole season in the bank for me.
All right. Well, speaking of catching up, do you need to catch your on your ride to the club, Haley? You good? Couple more minutes.
I can do a couple more minutes.
Okay.
Rob is like,
I got cramp in my foot.
Rob is like giving you the softest outs possible.
No,
like,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want her losing her job. You know, when I do my open mics, I want her to be there to be like, I got your name on the list. Okay, good. Because one of these
probably just
days,
like recycles pictures. Like, I've already recorded Pete Lee before. I hope he's wearing the same shirt.
Oh yeah.
Hey, sure. Like she's always like, hey, you guys should try to wear the same clothes more often.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them some notes. Yeah, just do that.
Like, keep your facial hair like the same length.
Oh
yeah, exactly.
No, I'm gonna do open mics. I've got my jokes, on my iPhone here. So
good for you, dude.
Yeah, I've got my jokes.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Back those up. I did that one time and I lost everything.
Yeah. Well, I would love to see you do stand up. Seriously, Haley, I want to do that. So you gotta hit me up one of these. I'm busy, like obviously the rest of the year, which is like a week and a half, more, and then maybe mid-January. But I want to go see you do some of your work. So I'd love to see that.
I want to do some work. I haven't in like a year. I haven't done stand up since quarantine because people who are as like low as I am on the totem pole haven't had the opportunity to do it. So I'm hoping I can do something one day.
Have you been writing stuff in your notebook? I gave you a notebook about half a year ago for your birthday.
I use it every single day.
Cool.
It's in my work bag, but I use it.
It says, "Hey, girl."
It's in the bath. It's by the toilet.
Yeah, it's by the toilet. That's where I do toilet.
That's where I do all my memes.
Yeah, well, that's where Donald Trump does his tweeting.
That's right.
He's on the toilet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Ace.
Oh,
Adam does his great tweets.
There you go.
Yeah. That's where he sits on the toilet every day and says, "Get it on."
I'm sure there's a stat.
It out.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a stat. If they could
he does get it on. He does love you. Send.
Yeah, you can tell when they're his.
Yeah. Speaking of that, hey, before Haley leaves, I hope she puts in a good word in for Lynette. Also, we'd love to have her on the show one of these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're gonna hit her
Lynette
up.
loves you guys.
Oh
yeah.
Oh my God, it's exciting.
I'm just trying to wait till she's free and clear of Adam. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Chris wants
like whatever the appropriate length of time is. You know what I mean?
Chris wants to see what's
up. You want me
up.
to be your wingman?
Yeah. What's that? Yes.
I said, do you want me to be your wingman?
Yep. I have a whole.
I'll tell you this. Lynette's the fun one.
Oh, for sure.
You think Adam would be like the cool party guy? No, it's Lynette. Yeah. Lynette's the one you want to hang out with. She's awesome.
I never would think Adam. No.
Like,
I think Adam is like probably be like, how I'd be thinking, like, it's about time to get the fuck out of here. Like, time to get out of here. Like I need an exit strategy.
No, if those who have not done the Carola Drinks barbecues or the events, she's fun. The bar crawls and all that stuff, the barbecues. She's a great time. She's a fun person, and she's always very kind. So we definitely love her. Yeah.
Not just like, and it's business for Adam too at those shows. And I was thinking, like, for Haley, like it's weird because you're in the business of filming and recording all the stand up. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I could imagine there'd be like a weird thing where then you also have to get prepared to do your own stand up. Like, I don't know, like those two things. Like, you'd think that'd be real convenient, but
I
don't know if it isn't. Maybe it feels like it is, but maybe it's not mentally.
Yeah. Like it's weird because I've always dreamed of being in a comedy club every night. I just didn't realize that dream would be doing marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool because if I were doing stand-up, I wouldn't be able to see all these great comedians, or I don't know if I would want to. Every comedian that I've spoken with, they're always like, oh no, I never watch my openers. I'm always like taking a walk or talking to myself, getting ready for my set. For sure. And then when they come home, they don't want to watch comedy either because they're like, oh, this is work, So I'm in a sweet spot right now. I'm sure I'll probably get over it, but I'm in that spot of I just want to take in because every comedian is different. Yeah. It's like you're looking at different personalities and how they work. And a lot of their stuff, I've seen so many jokes about airplanes and so many jokes about quarantine. Oh my gosh, I cannot take another bit on quarantine. Everyone does a bit on quarantine. It's crazy.
Okay, good. I'm working on a Hitler joke that I might so I am.
That's like quarantine jokes. Like that's like my white friend, because like in the DFW comic scene, it's like a lot of Hispanic folks, a lot of black folks, whatever. And like a lot of like, you go like open mic night where they're just like banging through people like every 5 minutes, and it's like ton of like people of color, like doing the like my white friend, like my white friends think I'm an expert in this.
It's like
man, it's like I think someone did this already, like like Martin Lawrence did this like 15 years ago, but at the same time, it's like it's like it's a kind of a universal, maybe a classic experience of I don't know, but it was like that. It was like, man, it's like that's like a really common, because and also like my standing, like I would be there, I'd be watching, I'm on really late, so I'm watching like dozens of stand-ups, so which is not normal. Like that's not a normal.
What about you, Chris? You took a class, right, Chris?
I took the 2 levels of classes. I did a couple shows that 2 shows that people actually paid to go to. I never got paid. You were saying you got free beer. I didn't even get a drink. I didn't like the one show that was like a proper, it was like a proper show where I was like I'm not even sure what I was, what title I had on it. It was the opener host, and then I went next, and then there was like another guy and then another guy.
Sure, yeah.
But afterwards I was like, I just went up. Do I get? And I was just I was like half kidding. I was like, can I get like 1 free drink or something? Like, nope. Like, all right.
That's crazy.
Like, okay, but whatever. I was so like, flattered that like the guy after my first class and after like the first showcase after the first class, he texted me and asked me if I wanted to do one of like this club's like Friday night shows was their big deal.
That's awesome.
I wanted to be in it. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh,
yeah. So. You just need to go do an open mic at every club, and then they have you in their system, so they'll call you and you'll eventually get asked.
I did get to that point where I was also taking classes there, and then like the people, like you're around.
Oh, there you go.
You're around a lot, so then you start someone you're consistently on the list or putting in your name. Then you get the system down, or like every Tuesday at midnight you got your email ready. So like when the clock strikes midnight, you have to send your email in to try to get on the list. It always helped if you're taking classes there, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But no drink. I remember like that show, like there was a headliner, it was a guy from Houston who had like his own like 30-minute like special or something like that. And he totally bombed that night.
Oh.
And I always thought maybe it was my fault because when we were at the bar, like a couple hours beforehand, he kept doing my wife, like Borat voice.
Oh,
Man.
no.
Like I knew who he was, so I saw like his specials, and it was like legitimately funny. Like he was like in front of a big crowd, like he opened for someone big, I think.
Yeah.
And he was just, we were just being douches at the bar. So he wasn't like, but I don't fake. So I was just like, man, you got to stop that. Like that's not fun. Like,
no, it's good that
if you're in your friend, like you have a group of friends, and you might like 20 years later, you might do like the what's up, and you find it amusing in your friend group. You're like, that's funny, but then you meet someone and they start doing like Borat voice. You're just like, man, like that movie came out a long time ago. We just met. Yeah. Like this is this is off-putting. He was terrible, really bad.
That joke is like the punchline for, if you watch TV shows, that joke is the punchline for every character that's trying to be funny, but they're not funny.
No,
like in The Office, Michael would do that, would quote the "my wife."
Yeah, like put the accent on the wrong syllable or whatever. Yeah.
The only person I still laugh when he says that is Matt the Porcelain Punisher.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's just very, every year that goes by, it's like, the window for when is that going to be funny? Like who, what, when, why, where is that going to be funny? Shrinks a little bit, and and he kept saying that, and I was like, okay. And I don't know, thought maybe I threw him off or something, and I should have been like, oh, well, I love Borat impressions.
Never fake laugh at a comedy show, because that comedian's going to think that it's actually funny, and then they're going to keep doing it and keep doing it.
He was just really, it was a really like, and I think, it's like the crowd too, like things just weren't going right. Like I was lucky because I was early, you know what I mean? So I think I did okay. I had like 10 minutes. But then, the guy was really bad. So I was always just very happy that I didn't forget my lines, forget.
Yeah. Did you have a notebook or anything in front of you?
No, I couldn't never do. This guy did that night though. He did. He had his phone up on the stool.
Yeah.
And I think like he probably wasn't planning on using it, but then when things didn't go so well, like right out of the gate, like then it starts to become a crutch, and you start like looking for something to touch, or like oh, I better look for a better joke, or I don't know, but it was really weird. I wouldn't even do that. Like if I did my open mics, I would never have any kind of notes or anything like that. So but I know, to the point, like when I would do an open mic at like 11:30, like I couldn't think of anything else for hours beforehand. Like I would just like pace or just sit there, and I was just like in my head going over it. So I couldn't like think of like, you get my camera gear and all that, like kind of do a job first. Like that would be a challenge for me, I think.
I know. Well, my thing is, it's like, okay,
I'm saying quit your job and
quit my job. If I can do an opening, if I can be an opener, then I can record people afterwards. I don't have to think about anything.
Yeah.
But if I'm that middle person, or a host or something, I wouldn't be able to do that, because I'm the same way. I can't talk to anyone because I have to do the beats in my head for at least 2 hours up until that show.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You don't, you want to focus on your own
stuff. That was always my biggest fear. Like my biggest fear was not that people wouldn't think it's fun, like not laughing. Like that was like, I'm fine with that. My biggest fear was like, I was just going to hit a point and just like totally fucking forget like half of my set and just be like.
That happened to me. Yeah. I got up and I forgot, and I didn't practice, and that's what I get for not practicing. But I told one joke and then I forgot everything else, and I just ran off stage. And that was the worst day of my life. But that was at a restaurant too, so I felt like better.
That's probably better too. Just like
happened here.
Yeah, just run. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to like, don't make it any more memorable. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
By trying to explain anything at all, just like do your best to disappear as fast as possible.
Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, like get them thinking about something like an empty stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if like for me, if it was whether it was whatever it was, if I just remembered everything, like that was a fist pumper.
Yes.
Like I don't know if anybody laughed or not. All I can remember is like that I didn't forget. I didn't forget like a joke.
Yeah, like my biggest fear is just freezing, and nothing comes to my mind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, guys, I'm gonna let you guys keep going. I'm gonna bounce.
Well, thanks for staying. Thanks for all the extra time. Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it.
Come back soon. Oh yeah, and then what does Haley need to plug? Rob, you got that covered, or what?
Lady Lackey's podcast.
Lady Lackey's podcast.
Yeah, check them out on all your on Facebook, the Facebook page if you know them, on Instagram, Lady Lackey's podcast, and all your podcast streaming services, Lady Lackey's.
Soon you can just say like you just open up your phone and type this term, and like that's
and you're gonna find them.
Like you don't need an app. Like everything will happen. Everything will come to you. So yeah.
Not because we're famous, because no one else has that name.
That'll be it pretty soon. It'll be like, yeah.
I wish.
Well, you guys need merch, okay? Get some merch.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You would wear
you guys need
okay,
condoms, condoms.
Like I got condoms.
Oh my gosh, condoms would be great marketing for us. Sex toys.
The condoms, like baskets full of them, gentlemen. Baskets full of them.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right.
Thank you.
And we love Baby It's Cold Outside. Yeah. Bye, Haley. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Take care. Well, that was fun.
Yes, it was.
Hell yeah.
All right. So we're a little long on time, but I don't know. Let's want to wrap it up with a quick round of what you've been doing. Cause I was, all right, let me start. Cause I had a question for Manny. I know there's been a lot of articles about Cowboy Bebop, which was I guess a live action show based on anime an anime I don't even know, an anime classic production.
Yeah, he can school us. He can let us know.
But I'm not into anime, and but I know someone who is, so I like, something, if someone I care about enjoys something, I am interested in it, or I'm interested in why they enjoy it. But then when the Cowboy Bebop, do you have any strong feelings about that? Because as soon as it came out, there were articles that were trashing it. So I was like, I like John Cho, but like I basically got talked out of even giving it a chance. And then it was canceled before I even.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Tell us, Mo, man, because I feel so ashamed of never giving it a chance.
Did he even watch it? Did you even watch it? Because that could tell us something.
Yeah.
If he never even took the time, like.
I did watch it. Actually, this is one of the few shows I didn't binge. I still have 45 minutes left of episode 10.
Okay.
But I spoiled it for myself because I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of the character Ed, the hacker Radical Edward. There you go. Right.
Okay.
Right there.
That's not John Cho's character.
No, and John Cho did a great job as Spike. Mustafa Shakir is Jet Black. And here's the thing that really bugged me about the adaptation is, well, just like most Western films, TV shows, there always has to be the one character or storyline where they'll hook you because the character has a family or a daughter or someone that's important to them. Well, we'll scratch that last part. But it always has to be like a blood relative, a blood tie, in order for the show to make a connection with its audience. And that bugs me because in the anime, no, Jet Black is not a family man whatsoever.
Okay. But
he really did.
Oh, that's a kind of a Western thing you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
And aside from that, I think Mustafa Shakir did a fucking great job as Jet Black, down to like the mannerisms, the way he delivered, like the voice, all of that shit. I think it was great. It just was. It's the Wish version of Cowboy Bebop.
There you go.
The Netflix adaptation.
The what version?
The Wish version.
Remember Wish, the app?
Wish app?
Yeah, where you'd order all sorts of kooky looking items from overseas, so super cheap, and you get it, and it's not even what you ordered, what was pictured. Yeah.
Oh, all I know about Wish is there's like a Wish thing on Facebook that just shows me like phallic shaped things all the time.
Yeah. So it's basically that, and it sucks because it's such a great show. It's an anthology. Like each episode is like its own little truncated story, so it's not like this great overarching theme, which is where they fucked it up with the Netflix adaptation, because like they made Vicious, which is supposed to be like this he's a character that plays a huge role in Spike's past, but in the anime he's kind of like the xenomorph. They don't show him all that much from Alien.
Yeah, that's the Alien.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in the show, on the Netflix property, there's just like vicious, Julia, more Julia, vicious. It's like, it's not even like that. It's just like, it took away from more screen time that should have been dedicated to the three main characters, Spike, Jet, Faye, and Ed. And unfortunately they only gave Ed like 2 or 3 minutes of screen time at the very last few minutes of the last episode.
Okay.
How about like, is it cool to look? Is it cool?
Breaks my heart.
Is it cool to look at? Because like there were so many bad reviews. I didn't even get into all of them, but like talking about like everything is just green screen, like which doesn't, could be fine, but was it cool to look at stylistically?
I think stylistically it delivers.
Okay.
They really went out of their way to bring that universe to life in 3D form. And you are limited by your budget and your production capabilities, etc. So I'm not even harping on that. I'm just harping on like the weird story and character choices that they decided to go with. Yeah.
Well, that seems to be a big thing. Like I like the series that come out that are based on novels.
Oh yeah.
I think number one reason, whatever genre you're into, one good reason is that there's content there. So it's not just like a made up season.
Yeah.
And then they'll just wing it. If it's popular, they'll wing it. But that it's like those shows that are based on, there's like 4 or 5 books. So that if it's popular, there's like solid, that the books have good stories that have been successful. Now they can still screw up the adaptation, but like
looking at true Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I mean you're like that you can invest, because if it's done well, there's multiple seasons to come.
Absolutely.
So.
What'd you think, Moman? What'd you think of wasn't Sucker Punch also, was it an anime or some sort of graphic novel?
I think it might have been a graphic novel. Don't quote me.
I think that also became, I think, a cult classic, even though I think it got also bad reviews, or it did not do well in the box office. Another one. What about this? A quick review. Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson. What do you think?
All right. It's funny because a few weeks ago I went to go check out a 4K remaster of the anime in IMAX, and I got this sick ass Ghost in the Shell poster.
Oh, that's right. Cool. Yeah, I don't think I realized when that movie came out that it was based on anime.
Yeah.
And there's like,
because they whitewashed it.
Yeah,
whitewashed.
Hours worth of dissertations online by other anime fans that have lots to gripe about. But the one saving grace that I will give Ghost in the Shell about is I splurged and I went to go watch it in 3D. That shit was fucking dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen it, or some of those movies, like they're just like kind of too far out there, but I don't know. Something just popped in my head. Remember that movie Ion Flux?
Aeon
Flux with Charlize Theron. That was like
a weird
that wasn't anime, cartoon. Was it? Or like
no, it was it was animated by a Japanese production company. I forget which one, but
is there a name for that in like the Speed Racer style, which is kind of like manga? It's like anime light or something.
Well, there's different style variations. I don't know them off the top of my head, but that one particular style that you're talking about, Chris, it's like weirdly deformed. It's just like the bodies don't look quite right. Almost looks like kind of I forget what the fuck it's called, but I love
like their hair is like weird spikes of
Yeah.
flesh kind of
Yeah,
thing. Like,
they did.
What about this? Do you guys remember Ninja Turtles back in the 80s? The neutrinos back in
Yeah.
the
man,
day?
I tell you what, like there's certain things in popular culture that I just don't want any part of, and that was the Ninja Turtles for me. You know
Really?
what I mean? I was like, yeah, no.
Well, I grew up.
No.
Look, I was what, like 8.
I understand because they were everywhere. I was like, you
Yeah,
can't get a fucking Happy Meal without having a Ninja Turtle in your face.
Or
I can't do
ass.
the new version of Ninja Turtles, but I'll watch the original all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those of you watching, I mean, if you want something decent to pass the time, Cowboy Bebop on Netflix, it's cool. But again, wait,
Okay.
actually, no. Before we wrap that up, Chris, you're a father. Does when you watch a movie or a TV show, do you find it cheap, or if done right, do you welcome the characters, the male characters being a father, or do you see it as a cheap cop out?
Oh, I don't know if I've ever thought about it. Can you give me like an example? Like, what do you?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, well, where they use like the daughter
You
or the wife
use
as a
they use that
ploy,
familial
as a-
tie
yeah,
as like
a
so
story
yeah.
mechanism.
What
to
about
kinda
this,
Okay.
Manny? Like Logan, the Wolverine movie, Logan.
Yeah, I mean, even though that was his daughter, right?
Yeah, technically
Yeah.
it was.
They
Or
were
The Last of Us. It wasn't his daughter, but he was the father figure. The Last of Us.
Yeah, perfect example. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I don't think it I don't really think that bothers me. I think that's just like yeah, it could be like a literary cop out, but I mean it's also like something that's incredibly human. Like you have a hard time finding a culture where that doesn't mean something. So
Right.
I don't know.
Okay.
But I do. Now that you say this, I guess I think about things like I was trying to get my son like next is going to be watching Firefly. Like when he's ready, he's not quite ready because it's a great show, but it's not going to keep a 10-year-old like busy enough. I don't think like mentally busy enough because it's a little bit adult, but that's a great show, but there's no family. Well, there's the family stuff with like the brother, sister, or whatever, but there's like the crew is not family.
Right.
But they have really strong bonds. I guess there's one. There's a husband and wife. Yeah, he's trying to make her family. Yeah, that's a weird thing. That was a weird part of that show. Yeah, that that was not human.
Mhm.
To where he like digs this chick and she's a pro. She's a prostitute.
Yeah.
And he just flies the ship around. She just has Johns like get on the ship, and like somehow he sees he sees this very clinically. And he's not he's not like in a blind rage every night.
Imagine.
Okay. But I think that's one of those that they shit like in the future, like men have become so evolved. Like
have they? Have we?
The women we love, we'd be in love with a woman, she could be a prostitute, and
it sounds very French, if you ask me.
Yeah. But like so now I'm thinking about that. Like when are they using well, I mean I guess it's a shortcut in some ways because it's I don't know, like in any movie, you want to tell something about this character and you want to tell it in 8 seconds. Like you can tell a shitload about a character by like in 8 seconds, like, just exposit, whatever it is that,
there's that emotional
that he's got a daughter, that it's his daughter.
Yeah.
And they're estranged, like it doesn't take you long in Squid Games, even if you don't even have the sound on like that. There's something universal there. Like, this father's like disappointing his daughter or whatever. So,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it tells you like, it loads you up with so much information about the person really quick. Okay. But I don't know. I imagine like these in a lot of the anime, and like these are really, really long stories with like really long histories of all the characters that you're used to things being like character development, maybe being, more sussed out over time.
Are you circling back to Cowboy Bebop or just in
general?
I'm
talking about anime in general, right? A lot of these are like really long anthologies and like,
I mean, some are, and then some are just short and sweet. So
they are. Okay.
Yeah. Just depends, man.
Well, I started with the exaggeration about there being huge, like, so I'm going to stick with that. can't be any short ones. But Cowboy Bebop is that. It's like a 10 episode adaptation of like a really long
26 episodes.
There's only 26 episodes of the original
and one movie. Yeah. That's why this thing is just like another reason that it just feels like it's so disappointing.
There was another article I read about they were going to do there's another anime title that they're going to try to do an adaptation on. And this one is one that's maybe more what I described, which has got where they've got like thousands of stories or something.
Are you talking about One Piece?
Maybe. Yeah, that sounds right. Because that might give them a lot more to work with. Maybe. I'm not sure what their point was. Anyway, I don't know. I guess it's they're going to keep trying. I guess that's the good news for anime lovers. They're not going to give up, like trying to.
We're not going to stop getting our hopes up though, because so far the delivery that they've shown us is like, keep trying, guys. Keep trying.
Netflix is working on. It looks like they're working on a Mega Man adaptation. I think live action.
Is that anime?
It's a very cherished video game franchise from.
Okay. I know that. Okay. I don't know. Well, like I said, they're not going to stop trying because there's a huge audience for it. So they're going to keep going at it. I imagine
just if it's like a good job about it.
If it's a lot of green screen, and actors willing to do a lot more Netflix stuff, like big actors, then it shouldn't cost that much to make these. And then maybe it'll be like Marvel,
someone like
I hope not.
Henry Cavill just came out with The Witcher on Netflix.
Hey, that actually got a lot of great reviews. So
The Witcher. Yeah. It's based on a video game.
I'm not even a fan of the Witcher series, but the fact that they did a good job on it is like, I'll check it out.
Season 2's out now.
I think I watched the first half of the first season of The Witcher, even though it's not like something like the whole I don't know. It's a little off from what I would usually enjoy, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, he's like a loner. He fights kind of monsters. And he's
a lot of times it's just like you like the actor or the character.
Oh, for sure.
Like I don't know, there's just something about the characters or whatever. You're like, okay, I'll get into these people. This, even though it's not like my top genre, whatever. That's pretty good.
Okay.
And it's good. And I knew it was based on books. I think The Witcher there's based on. Oh, there's either a video game or a book. I
want to say
book
it was
series
based
maybe?
on books and then video games and then the Netflix series. Yeah.
Yeah. So that there's like, there's something more to it.
I can't wait for the Bible, the movie, to come out.
The Bible,
Oh no, wait, that already happened.
I think
it did
a
happen
few times
with Roma Downey. I think is the name of the actress and her production company. Don't ask me how I know, but I know
who.
Roma Downey. She used to be in, I think, Touched by an Angel.
The name sounds familiar, actually, but I don't know.
Yeah, she. I think in the one of the movies, she played Mary, Jesus' mom, and you could definitely tell she had Botox like maybe 2 days prior to filming, and like her lips done. And I'm like, dude, like, can you make it more realistic? Like, no one had Botox back in the, 0 BC. But
I'm just thinking about you and your family getting around the TV watching Touched by an Angel every Friday night.
Yeah, or Medicine Woman. What is it? What was her?
Dr. Quinn.
Medicine Woman.
Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
Don't act like you don't know.
Yeah.
You call her Dr. Q.
Yeah, Dr. Q. Hey, what's up, Q?
Yeah. Speaking of Q, shout out to Quanah before I forget, before we wrap up the episode.
Yeah, those shows like Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman are just they're fascinating to me because I would never watch them, never watched it, but I know exactly what it is. And they lasted a long time. So a lot of people watched that were into that show.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
That was Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman was like the female version of our MacGyver. Don't mess with my MacGyver. That's my boy right there.
You know what I'm going to watch this weekend is MacGruber.
Oh, MacGruber.
Really funny movie.
It's great. It's really underrated.
I think because I went in with such low expectations and I was just like, fuck it. And
Will Forte is fucking amazing. First off, like he's hilarious. Like he's super talented coming out of the SNL crew.
I miss him on SNL.
It's not always like you can't always like place it for him. Like, like what role he could play. Cause he's kind of crazy. He's got like some David Arquette in him, like kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I
Speaking
don't know
of
if you
great,
saw like the show he was in that show, Last Man on Earth. You ever watched that? There's a few seasons of it.
Yeah.
That was
I
really
never got
good.
around to it.
Yeah. I
It's
think
really
he played
good.
the last man on Earth. Yeah.
MacGruber ripping throats because it was like a throwback. That was like a throwback to Road Hard.
Oh, okay.
You know, because Patrick Swayze's character, that's what like
Roadhouse?
he was famous because he ripped some guy's throat out, and then
Yeah.
that's the climax of the movie when he rips the dude's throat out. So MacGruber's thing is ripping throats.
Yeah, I think that's the manliest thing you can do. Rip someone's throat out.
That's a great movie and really underappreciated, underrated for like it's not great. Like there's two hilarious moments. Like it's pretty damn funny, like low grade funny all the time at least. And then there's some really hilarious moments. So
Yeah.
like you'd think the amount of airplay it gets, you'd think that it's like a piece of shit. Like what's that David Spade movie where he's like at the yeah, like you'd think it was like that. But no, it's a solid movie. MacGruber. Ripping throats, baby.
When you're done watching MacGruber, check out Blue Bayou as well. I want to get your thoughts about that.
Blue Bayou?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that like a David Lynch movie?
No.
No. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm thinking about Blue something else. Okay.
Yeah. But
that just came out?
This year, yeah.
Justin Chan. Oh, Alicia Vikander.
Oh, see, I already got your attention with that.
Oh, yeah, that's he plays I think the police is after him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'll check it out. Cool. Yeah,
Cool.
I think we just ripped the throat out of this podcast.
I think so.
Rob, give people at home listening some quick emergency services as to how they can reach us.
All right. Well, I gotta say thanks to Haley for being on. Check out Lady Lackey's podcast and Instagram. They're a fun group. Hopefully we can have Jennifer on soon, and also super producer Emmy. If you want to check us out, you can check us out on Instagram at Endless Ranters Podcast. Also, if you want to join our Facebook group, it's a private group, but if you want to have fun, not get offended at, any little thing, we share funny memes and stuff. Check us out at the Endless Ranters Podcast on Facebook. Also, Twitter. You can check us out on Twitter at Endless Ranters. Also, if you want to check out Manny, check out How We Figure on Instagram and Twitter, How We Figure, and also check out his podcast, How We Figure. If you want to check me out, it's Robbie Spotlight, basically on every social media account. Check me out on Instagram for sure. I'm always sharing on Instagram. So if you want to do that, Instagram, and then Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and all that stuff. But Instagram is where I'm more active. And check us out, Endless Ranters on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. You join us whenever we do live shows. We like to interact with our listeners, and it's always fun. So right on, guys.
It is fun.
Yeah,
that was a lot, but I appreciate it because it gave me time to do some a quick Google search of Alicia Vikander.
Settle down, Chris.
Am I wrong? Am I crazy, or is she just? Oh man, she's just amazing, isn't she? I don't know. I might be wrong.
What is Alicia Vikander? What?
I don't know how you say it. I remember first seeing her in that Ex Machina movie. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
that was like a big deal. Yeah, she was the robot.
Oh
so,
yeah, she with Oscar Isaac. Yeah, she's real pretty. Yeah, she's.
I mean, I'm not down with having sex with robots, but
we're getting to that point. Don't need.
Give me a couple decades. Yeah, give me a couple decades. Yeah.
Yeah.
Change my tune. Yeah, she's a little bit of all right, but Swedish too.
Swedish.
She's a Swedish brunette.
Rare one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I bet that's not that rare though.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
All right. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Robbie. Thanks for wrapping it up for us. Thanks everybody again for watching, listening. Hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. And on that note, this is Chris saying, get it on.
This is Rob. Get it on.
Get it on, everybody.
Okay. Yeah. We will.
Heck yeah. It was fun. Mindy says, fun episode. Love the sweater, Manny.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't say enough about his sweater.
Yeah, that was a fun sweater.
I saw a really cool one. It was like a skin color sweater and had a bunch of like tattoos, prison tats.
I don't like those, man. I think that shit's corny.
Okay. Well, you also thought that Let's Go Brandon was dead like a month ago.
Don't
think I didn't forget that.
People are keeping it alive.
Don't think I didn't forget that. I made a joke and said it was funny, and you were like, "Oh, that shit's over."
Did you order your
Next thing you know, there's fucking 18 wheelers going down the highway with "Let's Go Brandon" on the side.
My finger's not on the pulse of anything.
I think Chris ordered his "Let's Go Brandon" T-shirt.
I did. I think it's I would just never. There's a lot. I wouldn't spend my money on most everything, but I just thought it was funny because I passed a Rudy's barbecue, which is a famous Texas staple for barbecue joints. Not like it's not one of these one-off places. It's a chain, but they're really good. But it was in the Rudy's parking lot. There was not a tractor trailer, but one of those trailers being pulled by
someone's beard.
A Ford F-350.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it was like a Let's Go Brandon, trailer, like clearly like going like place to place, event to event, selling merchandise.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, that's just funny. I'm never gonna let Manny live that down.
No, it is still a thing, and it's it's got some traction.
When you sent that video a little while ago, the guy that tried to wear the underwear on his face as a mask,
that was it.
And you probably didn't realize I watched the video, and then after a while, you see that he's got a Let's Go Brandon T-shirt on.
But it had the abbreviation, right?
No, it said Let's Go Brandon on.
Oh, it did? Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I looked it up. You said, it has that LGB. I'm like,
I just
LGB.
abbreviated because I didn't feel like typing. I was just being lazy typing.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he had a Let's Go Brandon T-shirt on.
That is funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like, it's fascinating, just to see our society swirling the drain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's sad, but then again, like I predict it, so like it also makes me right. Yeah. So like the worse society becomes, it's like kind of like makes me correct. So it's like I have mixed feelings because I don't want the world to go to shit, but I also like being right.
Well, what's funny is that you just reminded me of Adrian Curry's guest spot on Adam Carolla's show.
Yeah, she was good on the show.
Yeah,
but she was probably about what I expected, though.
Well, for sure. And Bald Brian asked them like, I think you're a little bit of a prepper. Do you want the world to go into like apocalypse mode or something?
Yeah.
And then she goes, no, it's not. We don't want it to go sideways, but we're ready if we do.
That's some classic Bald Brian right there.
It was. And I liked her. I saw some of the comments on the ACS page, and she was not bad. She was fine. And some guy on the comments, I was kind of going back and forth with him today, sort of. And he's like, oh yeah, she sounds like she's afraid of her husband or whatever. No, she's not. She says that she believes in the roles that they have in the regular relationship.
That's the kind of topic in today's in America or right now that's really can be really telling. People's responses to something like that.
Yeah.
People's response to like a woman saying that that's the lifestyle she chooses.
She chose it. I mean,
and like seeing people respond to that, like seeing women get upset with her about something like that, where she's very clearly like a very empowered, independent, strong woman that's not getting played or, manipulated by someone. Right. It's very obvious. So it's to see people respond to that, like even to see dudes weigh in on that kind of shit, like
especially sad if it's a dude, man.
Saying derogatory stuff like, no, this woman seems like she's got a pretty good head on her shoulder, and it's not because she chooses that, because she can say whatever she wants. There's one thing there's one body part that's in charge of what's going on in that household. And it belongs to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she could say, oh yeah, he's in charge. But, no, she's in charge. She's in charge, really. If you really want to break things down, like, yeah, she's in charge. But I don't know. It's like, it's funny to see. It's like a Rorschach test of like to see people's reaction to like a strong woman talking like that. Because my sister is similar to that. Like they're married, like they're very Christian, and like it's a deal. It's a deal where the guy's in charge, but guy needs to take feedback, and it's a real fine line. Like it's a classic woman thing. It's like the man's in charge. Oh, wink, wink.
Yeah, exactly. He's in charge by name or whatever, but she knows she's
All I give is feedback.
Exactly.
You know, and it's his responsibility to listen to my feedback. If he ever wants anything rubbing up against him ever again. So
if he's wrong, she's got a headache for the next 2 weeks. I've got a headache. Babe, what about tonight? I've got a headache.
Yeah. And it's interesting because it's like, because it's interesting because people's reaction to that is like, it's a test of like, you know, their own relationships, you know, like their, like what they saw, like their parents' relationships, their personal relationships, like do a lot of projecting in that situation, you know. A lot of projecting of their own whatever hang-ups, feelings onto this couple that seem like, who fucking cares? Like,
how do we get onto couple talk?
Rob was talking about his Adrian Curry posters and how he used to be a total a top America's Top Model super fan.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of America's Next Top Model, I didn't get a chance to bring it up on the show. Rob brought it up briefly. Downey, California. The other place that started there was McDonald's. So I'm kind of got me curious now. What's happening in Downey, California, that all the fast food chains emanated from there?
No, you're right. And you know who else started in California as well? One of my favorite bands. No, not AC/DC. No, not Guns N' Roses. The Carpenters, Downey, California.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, like a Karen Carpenter, that girl?
Karen, exactly. My favorite Karen. Yeah. So as Manny says, what's going on in Downey? And you know, Manny should like Karen Carpenter because
she's a badass. She's one of my favorite female drummers.
She was a drummer.
Drummers.
Yeah. She'll always singer.
Yeah.
When I was she'll always be the face of anorexia.
Unfortunately, well,
to me,
sort of.
Not that I have a lot of faces to choose from.
It's a sad story because she was anorexic, no, bulimic, or I get them mixed up. But from what I understand is when she wanted to get healthy, I think she started trying to like eat too much too fast, and I think her body kind of gave out, and it just her organs would. It just didn't work out, and it just happened a little too late or a little too unhealthy.
Like as I was coming online, you know, in whatever, like the early 80s, and like, you know, there's not like, you know, obviously I love telling people this, like, you know, there was no internet back then.
No,
you know, you just name any period in time before 20 years ago and just be like, there was, you know, this is before there was internet. Like
what?
Tell people this. I don't know what I was talking about now, but like, your exposure to media was very limited, but like, so like if you're like, when the news at that point decided we need to let people know about anorexia, and it's like, well, Karen Carpy is my Alexa just
Alexa something. Play the Carpenter.
I said she might have heard anorexia.
Yeah, I think that's Alexa. What it was. Alexa, go to sleep.
Shut up. She won't shut up already. She always like, I have all these routines I can set up for you.
Well, you know, it's funny. We mentioned Christmas songs before, and the Carpenters had their own Christmas album.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, and you know what? Thanks for reminding me, guys. I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna play some of that Carpenters Christmas, Charlie Brown Christmas. I like the old classics.
Anyway, that was like, so I heard of Karen Carpenter like as being some big deal, and then all of a sudden I see a picture of her like just like looking like Skeletor.
Yeah,
like, that was like burned in your brain, my brain forever.
That sucks.
So so like their music, whatever, like that was a big deal, but I don't know, like that's like my overriding thought is like this picture I saw of her.
For sure. It's sad. You know what kind of ruined me a little bit? Well, at least one of the songs is have you seen 1408, the movie based on the Stephen King story?
I would never watch a movie like that. Are you kidding me?
Okay, so is it 1408 or something like that? There's six. There's a scene in the movie where John Cusack, he's a writer, he's in the hotel room and he just he knows it's haunted, and all of a sudden the clock, the alarm clock kind of goes, the radio alarm clock, we've only just begun. And then it kind of starts right there, and I'm like, oh crap, here we go. That
would be very scary to me, because again, like, that's the image I have of Karen Carpenter, is like Skeletor.
Yeah. No, her face turned, scary. Obviously, the cheekbones and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, ladies, men out there, you're beautiful the way you are.
Yeah, just dip it in ranch.
Or blue cheese.
That should be our show motto. Just dip it in ranch.
Dip in ranch.
Dip it in ranch. There you go.
What if that is the solution for anorexia?
Yeah.
I hope not.
Dip everything in Hidden Valley Ranch.
Ranch is so weird.
Wingstop Ranch, maybe. You guys have a favorite ranch?
No.
I'm more of a, if I do wings, I do blue cheese. I'm a blue cheese guy.
I like blue cheese on my hot wings. Yep.
Yeah.
So. Well, I think we've officially reached, I also like salt on my French fries and ketchup.
Oh, what about pepper? A little bit of pepper as well?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little salt and pepper, maybe some seasoned salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've run out of things to talk about.
That's fine. I'm gonna take that cue as a go and get something to eat, because I'm hungry.
Sounds good. Everybody enjoy your weekend.
Likewise. Take care, everyone.
All right, don't spoil Spider-Man for me, everybody out there.
Spider-Man confirmed.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Don't spoil it.
Okay, his uncle dies. Bye.
All right. See you guys.